So in our most recent videos, we covered the DB Fire 2 and the spinner plays, the two most popular plays in the dollar formation. But we need to have a base defense, something that we can come out to on first down or frankly any down for that matter. In Madden, it's important to see what kind of opponent you're facing. More often than not, most players won't be able to figure out how to beat a solid base defense, and thus very frequently, we don't really need to make too many adjustments or over-adjust ourselves out of a game. A tried and true rule is keep things simple at first and make your opponent force you to start adjusting. If he can't, you're way more likely to win. And this is why Cover 4 is probably the best defense to come out into stock. The reason for this is because the Cover 4 first and foremost is the best base coverage in the game. It's very difficult to beat, period. And if you have deep out zone KOs on your outside cornerbacks and either or both deep in or deep out zone KOs on your safeties, this defense becomes extremely difficult to beat. But the added benefit of Cover 4 is that the safeties come out in run fits by default, meaning that they're going to come toward the line at the snap of the ball to pick up the run. And if we drag our safeties down, we now have a pretty stacked box to stop the run while still allowing our safeties plenty of space to get back to their assigned deep zones. All right, you guys, so we need to make sure that we have our adjustments set up. We're going to turn auto flip to off, auto line to base, option defense to conservative, and we're going to just leave all of our zone drops to default, and we're not going to use match coverage. Okay, we're going to come out in dollar, and we're going to come out in the Cover 4 drop contain.
Here we go.
So stock, you can see this is a really good coverage play, right? What we're going to do is we're going to hit R1 or right trigger down on the left stick to pinch our defense, okay? And then we're going to drag our safeties down. We're going to bring our user into the box and we're going to blitz him. And you can keep the contains on, or you can hit left on the D-pad, down on the right stick to crash your line or slant them inside, right? Which gives you a little bit of an opportunity for some disengages, okay? That's personal preference. That's all we really need to do with this stock defense. And let's see how this works. There's just nothing open on that play. There's just nothing open on that play, right? So let's do one other variant of this, okay? So we're gonna pinch, we're gonna blitz our user, hover him in the box, okay? Let's go ahead and drag the safeties down again. And then we're gonna hit triangle down on the right stick to shade underneath. So we have deep out zone KOs over here in our cornerbacks. We have deep in and deep out zone over here. We have deep out zone KO on this cornerback and deep in KO on this safety. So we have this field just blanketed right now. Plus we have a hook curl that is now going to play more aggressively because we've shaded underneath. And all we have to do is let this defense do its job. There's not a lot there. I'll take that any day of the week, okay? So can we get cute with this defense? We can. One other thing I want to tell you before we do that. We're going to pinch. We're going to bring the safeties down. Now, this A-gap blitz that we showed you in the spinner video, if you haven't seen that video, please go watch that video. It explains how to get this A-gap blitz to come in. But one of the things that you can do is you can bluff that you're doing that. So you can hit triangle, triangle, and you're gonna hit, not triangle, triangle, my bad, triangle X. You're gonna hit the slot receiver and you're gonna hit up on the right stick, and that's gonna back your slot defensive back up. That, people are now getting wise to this A-gap blitz, and they're gonna think that we're bringing an A-gap blitz. They're not gonna realize that we're dropping into coverage. And so they might block their running back, meaning we only have to cover 4 receivers. That's one of the ways we can get cute in this formation, okay? Another is we can decide to take that hook curl, twice right on the D-pad, X for Jones, up on the right stick, X to man up slot receiver. shade underneath, and let this defense, again, just play out. We just have to cover more of that middle field when we do that, right? That's not an adjustment I like to make a lot, but it's one that you can make, okay? Another one is when you basically, we'll bring these safeties down again. So when you're running this defense, let's say we're crashing our line, let's say over to the right, we want, we're gonna shade underneath. So we like that hard flat being out there. But over to the left, we just have a feeling they're gonna do a corner route. So we're gonna hit triangle, 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 and we're gonna hit either us up on the left stick or right on the left stick for a seam flat or a curl flat, okay? Curl flats don't play great this year, but for the purposes of this video, that's what we're gonna use, okay? So now we've changed up coverages. That's another quick adjustment that you can make in this formation. And deep zone will take care of that, right? You can see how, that's a perfect example of why this defense is so good. How do you beat this over the top? That's just brutal coverage, right? So one final tip, and this is a recap from the spinner video. Again, if you haven't watched the spinner video, go watch that video. But come out in double safety go, and your safeties will already be down in the box. If you get in the habit of doing this for every single play, then you won't have to drag them down every single time, okay? It's pretty easy to manually drag them down, but it really does help to have them come down in the box like that. It's one less adjustment or two less adjustments you have to make. Then all you have to do is audible to cover 4, pinch your line, crash them down, blitz your user, shade underneath, and back up your slot defensive back. And you are set up. And we got a shed. One other setup that we can do is we can do a cover 2 man on the right side and keep a cover 4 on the left. And to do that, we're just gonna pinch our line and we're gonna go right on the D-pad twice. We're gonna press X for Jones up on the right stick, and we're gonna press R1 to man him up on the running back. Then we're gonna go triangle, triangle, X up on the right stick, X to man him up on the slot receiver, and then triangle, triangle, circle up on the right stick, circle to man him up on the outside receiver. And then we're just going to go triangle, X, X up on the right stick to back that slot cornerback up. They probably won't be expecting man in this situation. So that's another way that we can kind of trick our opponent. And here, we're gonna go ahead and use our green law, and we're just gonna blitz him, and we're gonna crash our line down, and then we're gonna shade underneath, and I think that's all we need. Shade outside on this one. Okay, so we've got a cover 2 man to the right and a cover 4 to the left. And that's a pretty darn good play. Let's check that out on instant replay. Everything is bagged, just bagged. That could have, should have, might have, was, could have been, whatever, an interception. So you guys, this is a fantastic defense. Again, make your opponent force you to adjust, right? If he can't do it, then you don't have to worry. You can sit and come out and cover 3, cover 4 all game if he can't beat a stock coverage setup, right? So also playing the run is important, and coming out in a cover 4 formation and dragging those safeties down into the box really makes it difficult to run. Coverage wise, this is a very difficult coverage to beat for anybody, okay, with all of these KOs on the field, and we're at that point in MUT this year where pretty much everybody's got deep outs on their cornerbacks and deep ends on their safeties, and lurk artists and pick artists everywhere on the field. So this defense is really juiced up at this stage of the season. I hope this video has been helpful for you. We now have 3 defenses, 3 defensive plays out of the dollar. We don't need any more. We have everything we need already. But next video, I'm going to show you a screamer blitz with great coverage behind it. And you guys are going to thank me, send me money, whatever it is you want to do, right? No, I'm serious. You guys really are going to appreciate that video. It's going to be something that will take this defense to an even higher level for you. Okay? So again, a like and subscribe would be really, really appreciated, and I hope you guys have a great day.